Hi, and welcome to the Architecture and Planning section of the Guardium Data Protection L4 course. The course includes an overview of Guardium Data Protection and discusses Guardium components and topology. This video also demonstrates how to use the Security Assistance Solution Center, or SASC, tool that is used to properly size Guardium Data Protection solutions based on client requirements. Navigate to the SASC tool. Choose W3ID if you are an IBM employee, or BP IBM ID to log in as a business partner. Then click Continue. Provide your login details and continue. The home page opens. Click Configuration Tool. The Configuration Tool page opens. This is both a starting point to create new configurations and a repository for previously created or archived configurations. There is no limit to the number of saved configurations you can have. There are several features, including a quick search option to find saved configurations, an archive feature to remove configurations from display without deleting, an option to export a configuration to an Excel spreadsheet format, and an option to create a new configuration. Now create a new configuration. Click Create Configuration. The new configuration page opens. This tool is used for several different security products. This video focuses on data platform products. Select Data as the platform and New Deployment as configuration type. Then click Next. If you have an opportunity number, enable Applicable and add the opportunity number for the configuration. If you don't have an opportunity number, select Not Applicable. Click Next. Enter configuration name, client name, and country. Then click Create. The product and pricing screen opens. The product options are specific to the platform selected. Because data was selected as the platform, the product options include data protection, vulnerability assessment, insights for Cloud Pak for security, data risk manager, data encryption, and SGKLM. This scenario selects Guardium Data Protection and Vulnerability Assessment. Note also that some product options have included products and subtypes. For example, choosing Guardium Data Protection automatically includes insights for Cloud Pak for security and provides options to choose hard drive retention and business critical support. Disable insights for Cloud Pak for security. Ignore the appliance type. In the next step, you will select virtual appliances. Skip the pricing options. These are sales-oriented details that are out of scope for this course. Next, configure the products and the size of the environment. Click Step 3, Add Products and Size. The Product Selection screen opens. In this use case, you are sizing 100 databases in a distributed environment. Under Data Protection, expand Databases and select Distributed. Scroll down and under Vulnerability Assessment, expand Databases and select Distributed. Click Add. The products are added to the configuration. Select the virtual appliance type. Select Project Scope Comprehensive. Comprehensive anticipates monitoring more data than the standard project scope. You need to understand how large the databases are. In this scenario, all 100 databases are large. To determine which databases are small, medium, and large, click Show Nodes Size Chart. Because there are 3 categories for a database, the large size might not reflect the requirements. Servers with 16 cores and servers with 1,000 cores are both categorized as large nodes. However, there is a large difference between the two sizes. This means that you must manually adjust the number of collectors in Step 4 to account for the size differences. Under Data Protection, Enter 100 large nodes to reflect the number of database servers Guardium Data Protection will monitor. Vulnerability assessment does not distinguish between small, medium, and large nodes. Enter 100 nodes. Proceed to Step 4, View Parts and Export. This step calculates the number of appliances. In this example, the tool calculated that the environment needs 44 collectors and 7 aggregators. This is the initial number of collectors and aggregators. Hover over the information icon to see how the number of collectors and aggregators was calculated. The number of collectors depends on the size and number of databases. The number of aggregators depend on how many collectors are specified. You can adjust the number of collectors and aggregators. This might be for failover capability or load balancing. For example, if there are 44 collectors, the clients might want 10 standby collectors. Also, the number of client data centers might affect the number of collectors. Generally, the client should install at least one collector in each data center. When you adjust the number of collectors, you must manually adjust the number of aggregators, using the formula provided by the information icon. The number of aggregators does not automatically adjust. Underestimating the number of collectors and appliances can lead to an unhappy client. If there are not enough collectors and appliances, then the Guardium environment is overwhelmed and the client might be disappointed by the performance. Too many virtual appliances might require excessive hardware to run on. This might affect the estimate of appliances as well. You can return to Step 3 to adjust the products and the size. For example, you can add a data warehouse to your data protection and vulnerability assessment. Vulnerability assessment does not usually affect the number of appliances. Sometimes updating the number of nodes does not cause the sizing tool to recalculate. In this case, delete the product and re-add it to force the tool to recalculate the number of nodes. Once you have created a configuration, export it to an Excel spreadsheet and send it to the sales executive for pricing. To accurately size the Guardium deployment, you can't just rely on the numbers generated by the tool. You must understand your client's data environment thoroughly, including type, number, and size of database servers, number and location of data centers, as well as data monitoring and vulnerability assessment needs. You must understand Guardium components and topology. This helps you to make the appropriate adjustments to the numbers generated by the sizing tool and enables a successful Guardium deployment and a satisfied client. This concludes the demonstration.